Hey guys, welcome back to Scriptless Topisphere, and today we'll be continuing the Pokemon tier list, this time with Gen 3. Before we begin though, I just want to thank everyone for the support on the series. It's been great, and I really do enjoy making these videos, so if y'all could continue subscribing, liking, commenting, it'd be great. It really does help out the channel a lot. With that being said, let's begin. The first 3 Pokemon, Trico, Grovyle, and Sceptile, which are going into A tier. Also, on a side note, I added Mount Rushmore to this tier list, which is going to contain 4 Pokemon, my top 4 for this generation. It's probably going to be there for the rest of the generations. And for this generation in particular, at least 3 out of 4 should be pretty obvious what they are, but we'll get to those when we reach there. For now, Trico. Trico and Grovyle and Sceptile is going to go into A tier. I don't really have much impression of it, honestly. I didn't use it too much. I used it a little. Like Grovyle, I remember using Grovyle with Bullet Seed, but I don't remember what happened to Sceptile. And also, we're not ranking Megas, because Mega Sceptile, I'll put it in S. Because I like Mega Sceptile and the Dragon type a lot. But we're not ranking Megas. We're just ranking Base Sceptile, A tier. I didn't use it too much. I like Grovyle's design a lot. I'll give it that. But apart from that, Trico and Sceptile to me are like pretty mid. Nothing much else to say. I can't put it below A though, just because it is an iconic starter for me. I did use it a little, but I think A is fair. So moving on, Torchic, Combustion, and Blaziken. Of course, they're going to be in S. I think I can safely put Mudkip and Gang in S as well, with Mudkip, Marshtomp, and Swampert. Honestly, Mudkip will be in front of Torchic, but I'm not ranking this in order, so yeah. I've used Torchic and Mudkip a ridiculous amount. Blaziken and Swampert a ridiculous amount. Maybe Swampert even more than Blaziken. But I really like Blaziken. I've loved Blaziken's design, the Fire Chicken. And I enjoy using that Speed Boost set where you just like protect, Speed Boost, and then you just start destroying everything with Flabits or like Blaze Kick or whatever. Because it moves so fast. Incredible, I like it a lot. I don't really like Combustion, to be honest. It looks very strange. Torchic is fine, it's kind of cute, but Combustion looks a bit weird. I like Blaziken a lot. Especially Mega Blaziken. But yeah, nothing really else to add for that. I think it's like self-explanatory. I think most people like Blaziken. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. S tier it is. Next, we have probably my favorite starter of any generation. Actually, no, Fuecoco is at the top. But the second best, which is Marshtomp. I love Marshtomp a lot. I think it's really cute. Not Marshtomp, sorry, Mudkip. I love Mudkip a lot. I don't like Marshtomp. Marshtomp looks so strange. But Swampert, I love Swampert. Water Ground is an insane typing. It walls so many things. Swampert itself, insane. I love Swampert so much. We're not even talking about Mega. Mega Swampert and regular Swampert, I probably rate it equal. I don't really have a preference for one over the other. But Swampert, the typing alone, the design, its versatility in battles, incredible. I use it till today. In almost every ROM hack that I play, if there is Swampert, Mudkip, I will use it 100% of the time. Just like the next Pokemon, which is Poochyena and Mightyena, sorry. Mightyena having Intimidate, incredible, I love it a lot. Also, iconic design. I'm pretty sure, I played Pokemon Red before Emerald, and Pokemon Red, I'm pretty sure, apart from the starter, my first Pokemon that I caught was Poochyena because I thought it was really cute. And when it evolved into Mightyena, I thought it was insanely cool. Another iconic Pokemon, great design, it's like a wolf, very powerful. Mightyena having Intimidate is insane. Oh, I don't know if that's just like a ROM thing. I actually don't really know Mightyena's abilities, but I think it is Intimidate. I think he has a hidden ability, Intimidate, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I love it. Insane. I love it a lot. Design-wise, very cool. Poochyena cute, Mightyena cool. And I think Mightyena and Swampert go together so well in terms of like my nostalgia, where I get Mudkip from the lab, run out to the first route, you get Mightyena, we move, you know? Insane. Alright, Zigzagoon and Liloon. Probably Zigzagoon would be A. Just because it's iconic. I don't like Zigzagoon. I look at it and I think it's just like fodder Pokemon, but I think it's iconic enough they can be A. But for Liloon, I'm pretty sure there's a belly drum set of Liloon that is just insane. And I've used it before, like once or twice. So for that, okay, S might be a bit insane. Maybe A. Probably, yeah, you know what? They just go together. But Zigzagoon is for being iconic. Liloon is because I've actually used it before with the belly drum set. Insane. I like it a lot. It's also quite cute. I'll give Liloon looking quite cute as one of its perks, apart from the Zigzagoon. I don't think Zigzagoon is cute, honestly. It's just a raccoon, but yeah. Yeah, I think A is fair. Shouldn't be S. I don't think it can be on the same level that I value like Mighty Anna, but yeah, A is fair. Alright, next up we have Wurmple, Silcoon, and Butterfree, which I'm just gonna put in B tier. I really don't have too much of an impression on these three. In fact, Cascoon can go in B as well. Butterfree might be a little bit of a surprise, but I really didn't or don't like Butterfree's like too much. I think its design is pretty cool. That's why it's not going in C. It's fine, I guess. I'm not too big a fan of it. It's okay. I think all of us have caught Wurmple in the forest. Everyone's probably got a Butterfree at some point. And yeah, I mean, it's decent, it exists. Somewhat iconic, I guess. But yeah, nothing much to say. Apart from Dustox. Dustox is going A. I use Dustox a lot. I love his design. They kind of function similar like Butterfree and Dustox, but design-wise, I love Dustox so much more than Butterfree. And yeah, every single time, I think that at least when I was way younger, I would always use Dustox on the team, but I would never use Butterfree. I look at Butterfree and just go, yeah, no, we're not using that. Looks very weird. Just a butterfly with a very long nectar sucking thing. Yeah. So Dustox goes to A, just for that. Alright, next we have the low-TED evolution lineup, the Ludicolo. I think just for how iconic it is, they go into B. All of them. Actually, no, Ludicolo goes into A because I liked Skull Ludicolo last time. It's pretty cool. I used it a little. I didn't use Ludicolo too much, but I think Ludicolo, design-wise, is very cool. Looks like it's wearing a sombrero, and he used to have skulls, and that was pretty insane. So just for like how much I remember using it, I'll put it in A. Also in the newer gens, I'm pretty sure when I played through, I can't remember if it's Sword and Shield or Scarlet Violet, I did put Ludicolo in my team unironically for a little while. So yeah, I'll give it that. Some recency bias, some. Now, Low-TED and Lombre, they don't get as much recognition simply because I don't have much impression of them. They look very weird. Low-TED looks fine, Lombre looks very weird. All these middle stage evolutions looks very weird. Yeah, Lombre, actually no, Lombre is going in C. I really don't like how Lombre looks. It goes in C. Low-TED can stay in B though, it's really cute. Now we have D, C dot. Is this guy's name? I can't remember his name. Nuzleaf, yeah, Nuzleaf and Shiftry. Shiftry goes in A. C dot, okay, Nuzleaf looks fine. For middle evolution, Nuzleaf looks fine. C dot looks cute. They get to be a B. Iconic yet again. But Shiftry, I've used him quite a bit. Also because he was one of like the first 10 Pokemon figures my parents got me. So, you know, when I had the figure, I would look at it and I'll get it and I'll use it. I like Shiftry a lot. It goes into A just for that. I don't recall it beating the Elite Four or doing anything insane, but I do remember using it quite a bit. So for that, it goes into A. Now we have Swallow and Taillow. I think they both go into A as well. Iconic Pokemon. I'm pretty sure Swallow goes into S. Is this Swallow or Taillow? I actually can't tell. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name, but I think it's Swallow, if I'm not wrong. But anyways, it goes into S. I love it a lot. It has like Guards, Facade set, and I think it was my first fly user as well. Pretty good. I actually don't know why my brain can't think of the name right now, like apart from like Swallow and Taillow. I think. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but yeah. Anyways, A and S. Just for it being iconic and the amount of usage I've gotten, the versatility, the Guts, Facade, like Flame Orb set in recent times, which I've been using, is insane. I like it a lot. And you get this like in the first route as well, together with like Poochyena, right? Pretty insane, I like it. Wingull and Pelipper. Honestly, I'm gonna put Wingull in C. I know it's a controversial opinion. Pelipper's going in B, Wingull's going in C. Every single time when I start playing the game, I get a Wingull. I just think it's fodder. Like, it's just in the way of getting better encounters, more like there are a few ROM hacks, right? In the second route where you fight the rival fight for the first time. I think it's route 2. I don't really recall, to be honest. But when you go up there, there's always a Pelipper. Like, no matter what ROM hack I'm playing, always Pelipper. Like, there was one, like, Zoroark was in there, which is like one of my favorite Pokemons of all time. And Pelipper. And I had to just stand there like waiting for a long time, just re-rolling encounters because of Pelipper. So for that reason alone, I just don't like Pelipper. I mean, not Pelipper, sorry, Wingull. I don't like Wingull at all. In my way. It's just like fodder encounter. Pelipper, I like it a little, just because it has Drizzle. And there's very little Pokemon that can set up weathers nowadays. Pelipper is one of them, it has Drizzle. Not the like strongest in the whole entire world if you compare it to like Tornadus with Rain Dance or whatever. But it has weather control. I have used it a little. Like, when I dabbled in competitive Pokemon and I tried a rain team out, I did use like Pelipper and Politoed, so I'll give it that. I'll give it B. I think its design is very weird though. I don't really like Pelipper or Wingull's design too much, but just because I use them and there is some bias towards that, I guess it gets B. Alright, now everyone's favorite Pokemon. World's Kirilla and Gardevoir. Gardevoir is obviously going S. Gardevoir is iconic. I like it a lot. I love its design. I've used it a lot as well. I think I've used it more than I used its Mega. I like Gardevoir's insane with the whole like Dazzling Gleam. It's got Fairy type now as well, right? Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, insane moves, Draining Kiss. Yeah, I love Gardevoir a lot. It's pretty fast as well. Ralts as well, I think goes at least an A. Kirilla goes into B just because yet again middle stage evolution. Actually no, it goes A. I still think it looks a bit jank, a little, but it's the best middle stage evolution we have thus far. And I think it's on the same rank as like Grovyle in terms of middle stage evolution. Ralts is iconic just because you could like farm him in the route, and then our good friend Wally goes in and just first tries a Ralts. So yeah, I'll give it an A. Incredible, but Gardevoir definitely deserves an S for how iconic it is, the memes around it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Alright, next up we have Surskit and Masquerain. Surskit's going D. I hate its design. I don't like Masquerain's design at all as well, but I'm pretty sure it's a Quiver Dance set, and just for that it gets C. I really don't like Surskit or Masquerain. They really like kind of disgust me, to be honest. I'm pretty sure they are based off like water insects. And it just looks so weird, especially Surskit. I don't know what this is. It's like supposed to be some like those insects that walk on water, right? Like, but it just looks so weird. I don't like it at all. I don't think there's any time, both in the original game or in ROM hacks, I've ever caught them. I see them and I just go, yeah, no, not that, and just walk away. I don't like either. So yeah, the only reason Masquerain is in C is because I'm pretty sure that there's this Quiver Dance thing that you can do with it that's somewhat cool. But either way, it's going to C. I'm not going to put it any higher. I would put it in D if it didn't even have Quiver Dance. So yeah, if I'm wrong about this, and it doesn't have Quiver Dance, it's going to D. Yeah. Alright, moving on to Shroomish and Bellum. Shroomish goes in C. I really don't know what's going on with Shroomish. It looks weird. It looks like a mushroom. I think it's supposed to be a mushroom because Bellum becomes a mushroom, right? But it looks kind of strange. I think it looks like a worse Seedot. Like, I don't know what the comparison is, but looking at it like this, I think it looks like a worse Seedot. So yeah, it goes to the C. Bellum goes to the S. It sounds insane that Bellum's going to S, but Breloom is such a cool Pokemon. When I was younger, I didn't like it at all. I thought it was weird and whatnot, but nowadays, recency bias probably, Breloom is insane. It having that like Poison Heal move, you give it a Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, never dies. Mach Punch, it's like physical attacker, insane. There's so much things you can do with Breloom, like as a support as well, and as an attacker, as a sweeper. Wow, I love Breloom a lot. Huge versatility. Very, very good utility as well. For that, it gets S. 10 out of 10. In fact, it might be in contender with Gardevoir to a Mount Rushmore. We'll see. Next, we have the Slacking line. Honestly, I mean, Vigoroth? Okay, Slowking, or what's this guy's name? I can't remember. I can't remember the baby's name. Whoops. Well, either way, it's going in B. Okay, Vigoroth goes into A because there is versatility outside of just evolving into Slacking, I think. Slacking, of course, is an iconic Pokemon. Very, very powerful. Truant ability. If you remove it, if you like do a randomizer, you remove Truant, Slacking has more base stats than a lot of legendaries actually. And it's insane. If you have like extreme speed Slacking or choice band, boom, you destroy everything. Yeah. Just for that, I mean, iconic Pokemon. Everybody loves slacking. I don't think anyone doesn't like slacking. But that just gets S. I mean, I think if I put it in any other tier, I'm gonna get flamed. So I'm just gonna put it S. Vigoroth, like I said, it has some utility. It is quite reasonably fast. It has some good attacking moves. Quite good. I've seen people in Nuzlocke like hold off the evolution on slacking and just use Vigoroth just so they don't have to deal with the true one yet until it's an opportune time to evolve it. So just because of the versatility and the usage outside of slacking, I think Vigoroth gets A. And I think his name is like Sloth or something. I mean, it's based off of Sloth, I think. I can't remember his name, but you catch him to make it a slacking, right? You don't catch him for fun. So for that purpose, I mean, I think it looks quite cute. That's why it's not going any lower than B. But for that, I think B is fair. You catch him to be a slacking. You don't catch him because you like how it looks. Like, you don't catch him to be a Vigoroth. Catch him for slacking. So yeah, B. B is good enough. Alright, Nikeda with the Shedinja line together with Ninjask. Alright, I honestly think Nikeda is C. I don't like catching Nikeda. Again, you don't catch Nikeda because you like Nikeda. In fact, you don't even catch it to become Ninjas, but Ninjas is a cool design. I like Ninjas a lot. I think it's based off of Cicada, right? It gets A. It's like speed boost. It's very fast. I like Ninjas a bit. That's why it's going A. I don't think I've used Ninjas a lot. I've used it like until it gets replaced. But everyone knows you catch this to get the legendary Shedinja, the most powerful Pokemon of all time, with Wonder Guard and you know the Sword Dance Shadow Sneak like combo. Insane. No one would catch Ninkeda if Shedinja didn't exist. Maybe maybe for ninjas, but ninjas also is like meh. You compare ninjas to Shedinja, who is literally immune to attacks. Yeah, I think you know, one doesn't catch Ninkeda just because you like Ninkeda. In fact, if you're a Ninkeda liker, like something is wrong with you, man. You gotta get it checked out. Yeah, no offense. If you love Nikeda, I mean, I respect you, but you probably should get yourself checked. It's a weird looking bug. It doesn't even look like a beetle or a regular insect or spider or something. It looks weird. No one's gonna catch. In fact, I'm putting it in D. I don't think there's any time I caught a Nikeda and just left it in the party and not to evolve it to Shedinja. I'm pretty sure Shedinja comes about level 20 as well. So you beat the gym leader because you can get Nikeda like in the route going like after the first gym, right? So you beat the gym leader, you get Ninkeda, you put it in inventory, you go to the second gym, you beat the second gym, and by then you'll be level 20. Or if you're a kid over leveling stuff, you just immediately over level and just get him to level 20 just to get Shedinja or Ninjas. It's such a weird Pokemon, I don't like it at all. But yeah, for that, just because, actually fine, I'll put it in C, just because you still catch it to get Shedinja. So yeah, alright, C. C is fair. Yeah, I think C is fair. Next, we have Wimmer. I can't remember his name. Wismer, I think. It goes into B just because it's kind of cute. And now, of course, we have Exploud. I know Exploud. And this guy, I don't remember his name. But I think it goes together, Exploud. I want to say it's an iconic Pokemon. I think he really is. The name is just not coming to me. But Exploud and him, in fact, I think he might even be more like iconic than Exploud. Exploud, I didn't really use. I remember it was in my inventory for a while, or in my party for a while, but Exploud, honestly, like Boom Burst, if I'm not wrong, is the only thing I remember about it. I don't recall using it too much, but yeah, I really don't have much else to say about that. It's pretty cool. Oh wait, I remember the name. Loudred. This is Loudred. Yeah. Loudred's pretty cool. Loudred's a pretty cool one. I like Loudred a lot, kind of. Just because I think it's more iconic than Exploud, like I said. But yeah. Wimmer, or whatever his name is, B is fine. Yet again, it's just another like base evolution. It is what it is. Now we have Makuhita and what's his name? I keep forgetting the names. This is kind of insane. But I actually like this guy a lot. There was one game that this guy was the starter, and he was like insane. He had like fake out and things. It was pretty good. I remember him very, very well. Makuhita, on the other hand, is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Yeah, it's like an... Wait, I'm getting this confused. This is Makuhita, this is Hariyama. I'm getting so confused. Sorry, guys. Makuhita did insane for me. It carried me through the second gym, I remember that much. And I just like his design quite a bit. It's quite cute. Reminds me of some like Dragon Ball character. But of course we get him to get Hariyama. Hariyama is essentially my favorite Pokemon of all time. One off. Design-wise, incredible. He looks insane. And like utility-wise, it's like fake out, belly drum, drain punch. Insane. I love it a lot. 10 out of 10. I've used it. I remember, I think this guy was one of the Elite Four like members on the team. On my team, at least to beat them. Pretty cool. 10 out of 10. I love Hariyama and Makuhita a lot. Both of them get equal love, but you can't put Makuhita on the same level as Hariyama. That's just disrespectful. So for that, it gets into A. Now we have Azurill. Azurill gets A, and this might be surprising because I think you all can kind of tell I don't really like baby Pokemon. But Azurill, I think was like one of like the first figures as well that my parents bought for me. And it was this really cute one where his head was like sleeping on his tail. And I just brought it around with me everywhere I went. So when I finally found it in the game, I was like, wow, this is so cute. I'm gonna catch it. And it became Azumarill with huge power and destroy everything. So just for that, A tier. I remember it very well. Nosepass now. I don't really like Nosepass. I think like even its evolution when it evolves, I don't really like it. Just for that, it gets C. It's not as bad as Skitty and Delkitty. I really don't like these two. These two are just like weird looking cats. Cats are not meant to look like that, and they don't look like good cats anyways. So they get D. I'm sorry, all the Skitty lovers and whatever. I'm sorry. Huge apologies. I don't like how it looks like. It's going to D. But Nosepass, it gets C because it doesn't look as bad. It's somewhat decent. So it gets C. Sableye. Sableye gets a B. I actually don't like Sableye at all, to be honest. I mean, not D tier at all. Like, okay, from 1 to 10, I don't like it like at a 2. It's not good. I don't like it. But it gets a B because of Mega Sableye. And because using Mega Sableye forces me to use Sableye. And Sableye has Prankster, which can Thunder Wave stuff. You can do a lot, actually. Taunt stuff. It's good. Just because of Mega Sableye. Of course, you're not ranking Megas, but because when you use the Mega Sableye, you have to use regular Sableye, right? To get to become a Mega. And for that, it gets B. I've used it a little. I somewhat like it. I think its design is a little weird, but still gets B. Just like Mawile. I think Mawile's design is cool compared to Sableye. Mawile is cool. But Mawile as well, I used it mainly because of Mega Mawile. And Mega Mawile, I mean, it's really strong. Mawile, I like it a lot as well. Just because of the tooth thing at the back. It reminds me of a Venus flytrap, and that's one of the big reasons why I use this Pokemon. But that aside, I think its design is cool. I don't know if in the base game it has Intimidate, but some of the ROM hacks I played, it does have Intimidate, and it's quite strong. So I do enjoy using it. I like its Mega as well. So I think A tier is fair. Now, to do my cousins some justice, Aron, Laron, and Aggron. They all go into S. This is an iconic Pokemon. Between my cousins, one of them likes Aggron a lot. In fact, I think she's got every single Aggron card known to man. But for me, I don't like it as much. I still think it's really cool though. It's iconic, it looks very scary, it's very powerful. Mega Aggron, not so much. I prefer regular Aggron. But either way, very cool. It looks like Godzilla, to be honest. It's a steel type as well. And I do recall, like when I was way younger and we were playing together, on my cousin's like Game Boy, I managed to use Aggron and just surf everything and just wipe Steven out, and Steven was like, he couldn't do anything. So just for that memory alone, Aggron gets S tier. Now we have Medite and Medicham. They both get C. I don't really have much to say about this. All I remember about Medicham is high jump kick missing, and then you just do something to it, like aerial ace or something, and it just dies. Yeah, not much to say. It just goes into C. Alright, next up is Electrike and Manectric, I think. Well, Electrike gets C tier. I don't really have much to say. It's just like, I don't think on that route, when you go through that route, the first thought in your mind is, wow, look at the Electrike. No, the thing in your mind is the rival fight is coming up, gotta prepare for the rival fight. This guy's just in the way. So you usually just wipe him out and face the rival. So it's just fodder, honestly, it's just fodder. But Manectite, I think it's there, Manectric, gets B just because of his Mega Evolution, which yet again forces me to use it. I don't really like his Mega Evolution, to be honest, but I have used him like a few times. I don't really have too much of an impression. To me, it's a worse Mightyena, so just for that, it gets B. And now, we're gonna fill in the D section with Pulsel, Minim, Volbeat, and Illuminise. Is that his name? I don't know. Illuminise? Illumise? I don't know. Either way, all D. Actually, no, this guy gets C. I remember using Illumise or Illuminise or whatever before, just a little, because I thought it looked quite cool. But it got dropped real quick. But just because I use it a little, it gets C. Pulsel, Minim, and Volbeat, just nah. Pulsel, Minim, their ability being like plus and minus is insane. I don't know why you would ever use them. It's just a worse Pikachu. They're supposed to be like Pika clones, right? But it's just horrific. I don't think anyone should use them. And they're not even that cute. D. Volbeat, I don't understand. Like, it just looks so weird. I don't know. I don't like it at all. Illuminise or Illuminise or Illumise, I don't know. It looked a little cool to me when I was younger. I like the color scheme, which is the reason why I even tried to use it. But for that, I just get C. I'm not gonna discredit it too much just because I use it a little. But moving on, we have Roselia. Roselia gets B. I like Roserade a lot. I think in all my Diamond and Pearl playthroughs, I've used Roserade a lot, which means that I have to use Rosella because until you get the shiny stone, you have to use Roselia. But for that, it gets B. I like its design. It looks pretty cute with the double flower. It's supposed to be like a flower, right? Honestly, kind of reminds me of like the new like water fire Pokemon from Sun and I can't think of the name right now. Oh my god. Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, the new one, Scolovin or whatever, Scorvillain, the fire water one. It looks kind of has the same like colors, but it's pretty cool. I like Roselia a lot. Roserade, of course, if it was here, it goes into S. Spoilers for the next tier list, but yeah, I like Roselia a lot. Very nice. Not A tier, but B is fine. Next, we have Galpin and Swellet. I think they both go into C. Really don't have too much of an impression on it. The first time I saw Swellet in my life, I was a bit confused. I don't know what it was. It's supposed to be like slimy or something, right? But anyways, not much of an impression. It goes into C. Next, we have Carvanha and Sharpedo. Carvanha goes into A. It's supposed to be like a piranha or something, right? Absolutely insane. And of course, Sharpedo goes into S. Phenomenal looking Pokemon. Sharks are my favorite creatures in real life. 10 out of 10, it goes into S. In fact, it was yet again one of my first few figures that I got. And I always wondered, why can you only see the front of Sharpedo and not the back? It should be like a full shark. But anyways, S tier design, S tier like moveset, utility, sweep. It's a good sweeper, right? Incredible. I love Sharpedo so much. It has speed boost, rough skin if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Carvanha as well. I like piranhas a lot. So, pretty good. I like both of them. But I don't ever get Carvanha just to use Carvanha. I get it for Sharpedo. It's just that both of them, design-wise, looks insane. Now we have Wailmer and Wailord. Wailmer is like a small whale, so I'll give it a B. I don't really have much things to say about Wailmer. Because yet again, it's another one of those. You don't get Wailmer for Wailmer, you get Wailmer for Wailord. And Wailord goes into A. I'm not going to put it in S. I think S is a bit... This is good. S is good so far. Put it in A. I thought Wailord looked cool when I was young. I mean, not really. I thought it didn't look cool when I was young because it's just a whale. It's literally just a whale. There's nothing cool about it. It's literally just a whale. But the older I got and the more I played Pokemon, right? Figuring out that Wailord having such a high HP using Water Spout is insane. And just for that, I like it a lot. I'll say it's oblivious. So yeah, Wailord is pretty cool in like using it wise. And also, I think one of like the biggest Pokemon, right? It's humongous. So yeah, I'll give it that. Good job, Wailord. 10 out of 10. I like the Water Spout set a lot. Yeah, good job. It gets A. Now we have Numel and Camerupt. I think Numel gets B, Camerupt gets A as well. It's one of those Pokemon that's not like Omega strong, like both of them. But I like the design. I like how Numel just looks like What's that like show? Oh, it's Arthur. Yeah, the Arthur show. I can't remember the name of the show, but he looks like that. It's really cute. He looks like Arthur. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. This guy. Yeah, this guy. He looks like this guy. And I watched that guy a lot when I was young. I watched him a lot. So yeah, he looks like him. And for that, I'll give Nummel B. Very cute. Camerupt, I always thought looked really cool. It looks like a fire camel. But at the end of the day, it's not like Omega strong. I used it a little, I recall. But yeah, not too much. I just recall like Lava Plume. I think I might have brought it to the Elite Four once, but I don't recall too well. It's like foggy memory. I know about like Lava Plume and all, but that's it. I just like his design, and just because of that, it gets A. And also because I use it a bit, it gets A. I just like Toko. Toko gets S though. Toko absolutely gets S. Toko is like Omega strong, even till like by today's standards, with the ability to set up Sun with Drought, having like the Eruption set, insane. I love Toko a lot. Iconic design as well. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I think most people will agree that it's S or A. High A to S. Yeah, I like it a lot. I've used it. I think I've used it quite a bit. I pretty sure I used it because of the anime. Like I saw, was it Ash or Brock who had Toko? I threw it out, and I was like, wait, that Pokemon's in my game, and I used Toko. Yeah, pretty cool. Like it quite a bit. Now we have Sproink and Grumpig. Okay, Sproink gets C. I thought it's cute. Grumpig gets D. I don't know what Grumpig is trying to be. Grumpig is such a weird pig, ugly Pokemon. I mean, it's literally a pig, right? I'm pretty sure Grumpig, the grumpy pig. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going for, but Grumpig gets D. I don't even know what it's trying to go for. It looks like it's like Miltank tier, but at least Miltank has some use. I really don't like Grumpig. It looks weird. Spoink at least looks kind of cute. And now Spinda surprisingly gets A. I don't recall this clearly as well. I know I don't recall a lot of things, but Spinda, if I'm not wrong, had a superpower set or something. Oh wait, no. The reason I'm putting Spinda at A is because I do play like Pokemon Showdown single battle random, and every time I get Spinda, I get the superpower set. And I think with setup and superpower, it just like wipes people off the board. So just because of that, because of Pokemon Showdown made me put Spinda in A. So for that, you should be thankful, Spinda. You should be thankful. Now we have, of course, another iconic one, Trapinch Vibrava, I think it's called, Vibrava, I don't know, and Flygon. These two are just going to C. Again, you don't catch Trapinch for Trapinch or Vibrava, or whatever it's called. You catch it for Flygon. So Flygon's obviously an S. Okay, this is a bit harsh. Probably I'll put it in B. Because Trapinch himself has a very high like base. There's 100 attack if I'm not wrong. Very powerful as well. So you gotta kind of respect that in some sense. But yeah. And when it becomes Vibrava or whatever his name is, it loses that 100 attack spread. So for that, I think it's worth something. It gets B. In fact, because Vibrava could be argued to be more useless than Trapinch, it goes into C. Yep. Alright, now we have Cacnea and Cacturn. This might be a bit interesting, but Cacnea's going in B, Cacturn's going in A. Cacturn is another Pokemon figure I got, and I used it extensively. I recall bringing it to the Elite Four. I'm pretty sure it had Pin Needle or something. But very powerful, I like it. I mean, not Omega powerful, but it's good enough. I like his design. It looks like, at least to me, it looks like those, Wild West people preparing for a shootout. Very cool, even though it doesn't have a gun, but yeah, I like it a lot. Looks cool. Cool design. Looks like a mixture between like a cowboy and a scarecrow. So yeah, A tier. Now we have Swablu and Altaria. I think they both get B. There's no particular reason to put it any lower or any higher. Design-wise, it's cool. Altaria being a dragon is cool. But apart from that, there's not much of an impression that they have of me. I'm not too big an Altaria fan, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just gonna put in B. Zigzagoon, it goes in B as well. I mean, actually no, it goes in C. I've never really used Zigzagoon. I don't really like it too much. It looks fine. I mean, it's fine. I think it has some like uses where it can be a sweeper, but apart from that, it just goes into C. I don't really like it. Survivor goes into A though. Actually no, Survivor goes into S. Survivor's another iconic Pokemon for me. Also, Wait, also I call it Zitzagoon, it's Zangoose. It's Zangoose. I'm pretty sure Zangoose is taken after the Mongoose, which the reason it's before Survivor is because Mongoose can like tank snake bites, right? That's why it's before Survivor. But yeah, Survivor is insane. I love Survivor a lot. It's a very cool looking snake basically. And because it's a snake, I used it S tier. Simple as that. Now we have Lunatone and Soul Rock. These two, they can go together. They both go in A. Every time you go into Mount Comet, like the only thing you think about is Lunatone and Soul Rock. I don't really have too much else to say, but yeah, they're very cool. I remember I caught both of them. In fact, I've had a full party of Lunatone before. But every time you go into Mount Comet, the only thing you think about is these two. So just for that, A tier. Now we have Barboach, if I'm not wrong, Barboach and Wishcash. I like Wishcash a lot. Wishcash is going A. Barboach, well, I think it just goes... It's the same typing as Wishcash. I'll give it that. So I'll give it B. But yeah, Barboach is supposed to be a loach, right? Like the fish, a loach. And Wishcash is supposed to be a catfish, I guess. Wishcash is cool. I recall using the Earthquake set last time. And the first time I saw Wishcash, I died to it using Fissure. So until now, that I still have an impression of it. But very cool. I like his design. I like that it's the same type as Mudkip, basically. I mean Swampert. Very nice Pokemon. Very cool design. Good utility with the Earthquake and all. A tier. Now we have Corphish and Crawdon. Honestly, because I like crabs a lot, I use them quite a bit. But I'll put them both in A tier as well. Crawdon is a very cool, I think like, if I'm not wrong, it's like Swords Dance Aqua Jet or Swords Dance Crab Hammer. It's very cool. It can be a very powerful sweeper. I like Crawdon a lot. And Corphish as well just looks like a very cool crab. And because I like crabs, they both get A. Yep. Now we have Baltoy and Claydol. Both these Pokemon I've used extensively. And I don't really have much to say about them, so this is going B. Claydol, of course, you get Claydol from Baltoy, so Baltoy again you get it for Claydol. But I don't know why, I always found it very fascinating that it was levitating. Like the first time I found out about the levitate ability was because of Baltoy, if I'm not wrong. And when it evolved into Claydol, it had levitate as well, just immune to like Earthquake and whatnot. So yeah, very cool. I like the designs, I like them decently. I don't like them a lot, I like them a decent amount. So for that, it gets B. I think it's a pretty fair tier. Now we have all the fossil Pokemon, which let's get it out of the way. Lileep and Anorath goes into A. Just because you don't use them yet again because you like them. I think they both look insane. I think that Anorath looks significantly better than Lileep. Lileep looks a bit weird, but I like both of them equally. But you use them because you like Cradily and Armadillo or Armaldo. Sorry, Armaldo. Cradily goes into S, Armaldo goes S. They're both, I think, my favorite fossil Pokemon of all time. Next to like Dracovish and Kabutops and Aerodactyl. But these are like one of my favorite fossil Pokemon. They look so cool. I think I like fossil Pokemon in general just because it's like supposed to represent a dinosaur or something, right? Armaldo was one of my favorites when I was a kid. Until I saw Cradily and then they both shared the spot. But I think they both look insane. Armaldo especially, design-wise, is insane. I'm gonna give it S, man. I gotta give both of them S. Now I have Feebas and Milotic. I'm sorry, Feebas is utterly useless. Like, between the Magikarp and the Feebas, I put the Magikarp above the Feebas. You don't use Feebas at all. You did it, again, specifically for Milotic. But just because of that, I'm putting in D. Milotic goes to the S though. Milotic's an iconic Pokemon. I love Milotic a lot. I think when I played Diamond and Pearl, I used Milotic to just PP stall out Cynthia because I had no other way to win the game. So I PP stalled out Cynthia and Milotic, and yeah, I love Milotic a lot, S tier. Now we have Castform, a Pokemon which I genuinely think has so much potential but is utterly useless. And for that reason and the reason alone, I'm putting it all in D tier. Even though, okay, the Rain form, oh, what's this supposed to be? I don't know, the Rain form or the Water form is this, right? This is like the Cloudy form. I don't know. I think this form looks cool, but Castform in general is, I don't like it at all. It's so, like, you get it, you clear out the Weather Institute, you're like, yeah, I won. They give you Castform, you're like, alright, let's try this Pokemon out. And like, all its moves are just weather moves, and you're like, okay, very cool. So, essentially useless. it doesn't even have a very high. I think it's 70 all stats, which is like, okay, you're not good at anything. It's a semi-useless Pokemon. Putting in D. Cool gimmick, but horrible execution. Just like Kecleon, I really don't like Kecleon at all. Yeah, I mean, I guess it has like Protean, right? Or Protein. So maybe it goes into C because of that, but it's a gimmick Pokemon. I don't like it. Not as much as Castform. I think I hate Castform more. So I'll probably put this in C. Together with Zangoose. Shuppet. I think Shuppet and Banette both go in C as well. I don't really have too much of an impression. It's pretty mid ghost typing. When I play Gen 3, the only ghost type that I like is these two, or are these two. Duskull and Dusclops. They both get... I think I'll put Duskull in A and Dusclops in S. Dusclops is one of my first favorite ghost types. In fact, I think I found out about Dusclops before Gengar. And Gengar is one of my favorites. Dusclops was the first. Of course, Dusknoir is even higher than Dusclops if they were in the same tier list. Dusknoir will be S, Dusclops will be A. But because there's no Dusknoir here, Dusclops is S. And even without Dusknoir, I'm pretty sure Dusclops is even better than Dusknoir because of like the Evian-like set. And it's an insane support Pokemon. Especially like early Sword and Shield, it was insane. So yeah, I like it a lot. Very cool design. One of my favorite ghost types of all time. S tier. And yeah, Duskull is very cool design as well. I gotta give it credit where credit is due. It's a very, very cool ghost. So it gets A tier. Then I have Tropius. Tropius goes into C, and I just can't help myself. So I'm just gonna put Chimchino or Chimecho in D. Tropius is a disappointment. The first time I saw it, I was like, wow, this Pokemon looks insane. I caught it, I used it, and I released it. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Useless. I don't like it at all. Design-wise, pretty cool though. That's the only reason why. That's the only thing saving it from D. If it looked worse, it's going in D. Absol, the edgy Pokemon, I'm going to put in A. The first time I saw Absol, I thought it was a cooler Mightyena. And I think that has to be worth something, right? So just for that, I'll give it the respect is due. I'll put it in A. Yeah. Now we have Why Not? Why Not? I don't really have much of an impression. I don't really like to use Wobbuffet. Like the whole gimmick of Wobbuffet is it's like ability Destiny Bond, Reflect, Mirror Code, Counter, right? I don't really like that, so I've never really used Why Not. I think it is kind of cute though. So I'll just give it C. Alright, now we have Snorunt and Galali. Yeah. Iconic ice types, honestly. I think I gotta give both of them at least a B. I used both of them before. To some degree, quite extensively too. But apart from that, I don't really have too much of an impression of them just because the next ice type exists, right? Yeah, the Walrein exists, and I use that more than these two. But I gotta give them respect where respect is due, and I like both of them quite a bit. So for that, they get B. Now we have Speel, one of the cutest Pokemon known to man, A tier. And its evolution, which is Celio, which is just a bigger seal. Another mid-tier evolution that looks mid, so it's just going in B. And Walrein goes in S. One of my favorite ice types of all time. Such a cool design. I remember like vividly when I was very young, my parents brought me to like Legoland, I think LA. And there was a walrus enclosure inside in the corner. And after I saw that walrus, I just thought that walruses looked so cool. Because of that, I used Walrein, and Walrein, arguably very cool Pokemon, 10 out of 10. I don't think I can rate it anywhere lower than that. Yeah. I'll give it S tier. It's fair. Next, we have Clamperl, Huntail, and Gorbis. Huntail was on my first Elite Four team. I liked it a lot. It looked like a very cool looking eel, so I used it quite a bit. So at least it gets an A. I don't think it deserves S, but I think A is fair. Gorbis, I like quite a bit as well because it looks like an eel, but I think it's an uglier Huntail, so it gets B. Now we have Clamperl. My nephew loves Clamperl a lot. It's his favorite Pokemon of all time. If y'all watched the Malaysia video, y'all know that I kind of hanged out with him for a bit, and one of the questions I asked him is what is his favorite Pokemon, and his answer was Clamperl. And he loves Clamperl a lot. For that reason, C tier. I think it's a weird-ass Pokemon. What's going on with that face? It's supposed to be Pulse, right? It looks diseased, okay? Clamperl looks diseased to me. I don't know what's wrong with it. In fact, when I think of Clamperl, the only Pokemon that I can think of in the same range as Clample, that's worse than Clample, is Love This. Disgusting Pokemon, weird ass Pokemon. I don't know what they were thinking when they came out with the design. D tier. Clample, C, fair. It looks kind of cool because of the shell, but that's the only thing going for it. I can't rank it any higher. Now we have Relicanth, which is representative of the Coelacanth. And just because of that, it goes into B tier. If y'all don't know, the Coelacanth, which I might make a video of one day, is basically just a ancient fish which people thought was lost until one day it got rediscovered in a fish market, and then they found a little group swimming around, if I'm not wrong, like in the outskirts of Philippines or something. And yeah, it's supposed to be extinct, but it came back. So very cool. It's an ancient prehistoric fish. And Relicanth is, I think, inspired heavily by that. So for that, it gets B. Now, obviously, when you look at Salamence and Metagross, they both go into S tier. I think I can confidently put that in. I don't think we need too much of a reason to put these two in S tier. They're iconic. Salamence, I mean, both of them, actually, their Mega Evolution, insane. I love both of them a lot. Of course, Mega Salamence is like hyper cancer, more so than Mega Metagross, but both the designs are insane. I've used both extensively. I don't think I can emphasize that too much more. I've used Salamence even more than Flygon. In fact, I think Salamence is better Flygon. But Flygon is still iconic, so it stays an S. So for that, I mean, I'll give them both S. But when it comes to their pre-evolution, here's where the controversy starts. I don't like Beldum at all. I really think Beldum looks kind of weird. So I'm going to put it in C. Bagon, however, yeah, I don't know. It looks so weird. Actually, no. I'll put it together with Beldum. Just because you need it to get Salamence. Shelgon, on the other hand, gets B. Because it's so weird. It just becomes a weird shell thing. I'm pretty sure Shelgon's supposed to stand for like Shell Dragon. I don't even know what they were going for, but Shelgon looks weird. And it's weird in a good way to me. I like it a lot. And Matang goes to A. I really like Matang's design. In fact, this might sound insane, but I found out about Matang before Metagross. Which might sound insane, I said. But I found out about Matang before Metagross, and I really thought Matang was insane. And then I found out about Metagross, and then I found out about shiny Metagross. Yeah. So Matang, just because of that, I'll give it A. I think A is respectable, is good enough. Definitely better than Shelgon though. But pretty cool. Now we start to get to the mythicals and the legendaries. So Regirock, C. I don't like his design at all. Okay, I'm basing the legendaries off design. Okay, at least for the mythicals. I don't like Regirock design at all. I also don't like Regice's design at all. The only Regi that I like out of these three is Registeel. I think Registeel looks insane. Registeel is one of my favorite, like, Regi. Even till today, even after they introduced, like, you know, like, I mean, what's it called? Regieleki and Regidrago. Regigigas is my favorite. But till now, I think, like, Registeel's design is iconic. Of course, all three of them is iconic. But Registeel in particular, I like the most out of the three. Regirock and Regice look so strange to me. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they look weird. Also, there was like the meme in the anime where Regirock made a weird sound. Yeah. Well, I think C is fair. It's not D, but C is fine. Now, Latias and Latias. I'm sorry, Latias is getting a higher tier than... I mean, Latios is getting a higher tier than Latias. I think Latias gets A. No, Latias gets B. Latios gets A. I think this is fair. I like... Actually, no, fine. I'll bump them up one. They are both essentially somewhat similar, though they have their own like niches, I think. But at the end of the day, of course, I like Latios' blue design better than Latias' red. Latios was my favorite, still is among the two. I love soaring on him in auras. It was fun just going around Mega Latias, just flying around the city. Very, very cool. Also, I like how it has like Soul Dew, which is like an item that works only for them. Incredible Pokemon. I love it. Very cool. I know that it has some competitive usage of it getting like people like buffing his dragon move and then using Draco Meteor, like Dragon Gem, Draco Meteor or something. But yeah. Very cool. S is decent. Alright, now it's time to fill up Mount Rushmore with arguably the most iconic trio in all of Pokemon, which is Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. I don't think you can make an argument stronger for any legendary trio that are more iconic than these three. Honestly, it's only fitting that these three stand atop of Mount Rushmore. In fact, I don't think any Pokemon in this list can climb the Mount Rushmore as these three are. So this Mount Rushmore is going to only have three. I think it's only fair. Let's go individually why they are there now. Beginning of Kyogre. This is just my personal opinion, okay? I like Rayquaza the most out of the three. Obviously because Rayquaza stopped Groudon and Kyogre, arguably meaning it's stronger. Also Mega Rayquaza is really cool. I'm going to try my best to be non-biased towards like their Primal Reversion and Mega Rayquaza, but here it goes. Kyogre is really insane just because it's Kyogre. And I love Origin Pulse as a concept. In fact, Groudon has a signature move, right? Precipice Blades. But I don't like Precipice Blades as much just because Precipice Blades has a mischance. If not for the mischance, I like Groudon's design even more than Kyogre. But Kyogre having the ability, to use Origin Pulse, a guaranteed hit Origin Pulse on both enemy Pokemon, and Groudon has Precipice Blades that could miss, that puts Kyogre above Groudon for me in that sense. But arguably, they're both pretty insane on the equal playing field. I love both of them so much. If you include their Primal Reversions and Mega Rayquaza, even more so. Rayquaza has Dragon Ascent. I can't recall original Emerald because I didn't even get the Sky Pillar. I don't recall going to Sky Pillar at all. I didn't even know Sky Pillar exists. But Rayquaza in itself, having Dragon Ascent is insane. I think of Rayquaza, when I think of Rayquaza, I think mainly of like Auras with, the whole Zinnia questline and all. And it's just so cool. Rayquaza is such a cool Pokemon. Iconic. I don't think there's any other slot I could put these three Pokemon in there would be fair. And for that reason alone, these three shall stand above all in Mount Rushmore. They alone are the only chosen ones, I guess. I can't remember what Gojo said, but yeah. They alone stand above all. Yep. Now we have Jirachi. One of the first gift Pokemons I ever got, actually, like from the mystery box. I don't like its design though. I like the Jirachi movie. I'll give it like B. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It looks very strange. It's quite odd, but B should be fair. And now all the Deoxys forms. So this, okay, I'm gonna try to rank them in order of how they look. At minimum, Deoxys is an A. But okay, fine. Its defense form goes to the B because I just don't like how the defense form looks. It looks so weird. The defense form looks weird. But base Deoxys goes in A. Now we have speed and attack Deoxys, which arguably goes into S. I genuinely think that Deoxys attack form and Deoxys speed form just looks so cool. The only issue is Deoxys is a glass cannon. It does a ridiculous amount of damage, but it's a glass cannon. So yeah. But on that note, I think this tier list is pretty fair for the most part. I know some people might disagree if like Zangoose being C. I know that there are Zangoose fans, and putting the two Regis in C as well might be a cardinal sin. But it is what it is. I think the one thing that everyone can agree on is like Swampert being S, probably. I hope. Salamence being S as well. It's pretty universal, I think. And of course, the legendary trio. But yeah, here's the whole tier list. This is a big one. Yeah, I do zoom in for these tier lists so at least you all can see it generally. But here's the whole tier list. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty even, but S tier is quite heavy. Gen 3 is one of my favorite gens. So yeah, on that note, thank you all for watching. I'm really having fun making this because it's no script, right? I can actually like improvise. But with that being said, the amount of times I have to re-record is insane. I do public speaking decently well, but for some reason, recording without a script to essentially no audience at the time of recording, it's pretty difficult to be honest. But yeah, anyways, hope you all continue to support the channel. Once again, please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. It really does help. I really need the engagement. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna say it shamelessly. I need the engagement, man. I need to hit at least 1,000 subs before the channel can take off in some sense. Because right now, not monetized at all. Doing it all for fun. And yeah, honestly, the Pokemon video is fun to make, but the scripted content takes a longer time. But the Pokemon video is fun to make. It is very fun. I do like making these. That's the whole reason why I'm doing it. But I hope you all can help me out, share the video around, And yeah, I mean, if there's anything you want me to improve on, just let me know. I'll do my best. But I really do thank you all for your support. It is insane how many views the previous like 3 tier lists got. I really didn't expect that. I thought I would get 50 views and be done because, I've never spoken about Pokemon on our channel before. All of a sudden, Pokemon content comes out, got like 300 views each. I mean, insane. Thanks. I really can't say that any better, but thank you all very much. You have been great. And the comments have been insane. I know I've seen like, bro who's cooking. Well, the chef. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a great day ahead. Yeah. It's been fun. I'll try to do the Gen 4 one soon. And yeah, thank you for watching.